So, in Desmos, make a folder. Call it warm up because we're just putting stuff there. Okay? Since we know we're going to divide, I'm going to put the division sign there first. Hello. It can hear everything we say. Yes. You're going to be posted on YouTube forever and ever until YouTube takes my stuff down. Okay. All right. How many numbers were there? Just count the dots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So on the bottom, we put 8. Okay. On the top, we had 1, 1. We had 2, 2. Shine, how many 3s do we have? 2. 2 3s. So 2 times 3 and 2 4s, right? Plus 2 times 4, a 5 and a 6. 6. So the mean is 3.5. Let's go back and answer the question. True? It's close, right? I'm sorry. Sure. So we have 1, 1, 1, 2, 2 3s, 2 4, a 5, and a 6, and we have to divide the whole thing by 8. Okay? Got it? That's how we determine the mean. Now remember, if you don't have everything down, what did I say I'm going to do? By the end of the day, what I'm going to do? Everything's going to get posted. Okay? All right. Let's go back. So this one is false. And if it's not 4, it was what? What did we just say? False, it's what? The mean beep is what? What was it? 3.5. Okay? Now, if the question said, if we round the mean off, there's a 4. Yeah, but it doesn't say round. All right, the median of the data. Little number, yes? Median is 9, yes? Yes? Yes. No. Why not? Yeah, 9 is the middle number, but the numbers are not in order. Okay. The numbers not in order. So let's put them in order and then figure out what the median is. Okay. So I'm just going to keep going after this. I'm going to put like a colon. There we go. My lowest number is 1, comma, space, 5, comma, space, oopsies, 4, right? 4, comma, space, 5, comma, space, 9, comma, space, 10. Okay. And then I can use my little shapes tool if I wanted to. I'm going to box this. So my middle number is not 9, it's 5. Okay. So if you wanted to, you could even follow that up and just say median equals 5. And you don't have to do everything exactly the way I do. Okay? As long as you understand that the median is the middle number when they're in order. Okay? Last one, median of the data plot is 3.5. So let's count how many we got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So if I'm looking for the median, what do I need to do? Okay, so I got 12 numbers. So we're going to put a couple spaces here. We don't know if it's true or false yet. Okay, so we have 12 numbers. So the median is the average of which two, since it's even set of numbers. If I got 6, I got 12. What's half of 12? 6. But there's no like middle number. So average of 6th and 7th. Okay? So I find my 6th and 7th numbers. I'm going to make these are really big. Let's make this a little smaller. There we go. I'll make this bigger so you can see it. Hello. Okay. So median of this middle is 6 and 7. So then ready? Finger count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So my 6th number is 3. And my 7th number is 4. Okay, what's halfway between 3 and 4? 3.5, so this one is true. All right, so let's see if we can find some mistakes to avoid. What's one of them? Okay, whoopsies. I hate when it does that. Oop. All right. 1, period. Okay, I remember what to do now. 1 half parenthesis. I'll teach you, Cammy. All right. So what's a mistake we should avoid? What's a boo-boo? I'll give you a hint. Look at number 3. Put them in order, okay? Common mistake, okay. Don't forget. Put them in order. Don't forget. Put in order, okay? Forgetra. That's French. Put numbers in order, okay. Let's see. What else? What else we got? I got an even number of numbers. What I got to do? That's our hand go like that. So that means no. Yeah? What do we do in the fourth one? What do we do in the fourth one, Alika? You can do this. What do we do in the fourth one? How do we find the median? Yeah. Okay, so look at what you did. Bad, Kenny, bad. Okay, when even, number of numbers, find middle, 2 numbers, and find the average. Okay. So look at number 4.
No, but I mean, like, how that is written.
I know. So do you have a better number? When even number of numbers, sorry. When even number of numbers. Thank you. All right, what else we got? How did we find the middle number when they weren't written? How did we find the middle numbers on 4? What do we count? The dots, okay? Dot plot. Count, dots, find middle. Shamalama ding dong. Can he pay today? 3 half parentheses. Okay. And last but not least, if it doesn't say round, pharmaceuticals. Okay. Don't round unless told to do so. Okay. So these are common mistakes to avoid. Taking a whole lot longer than I thought we were going to do. So I'll give you a minute to get caught up. What is the very first thing you need to do? Don't say it, just do it. Don't say it, just do it. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 students. So I need to take my 8 numbers and I need to do something before I do anything else. Go ahead and do that now. Don't say it, just do it. I do. What's the top thing say? Least to greatest. What's my smallest number here? 72. So I'm going to put a 72. On your sheet, you can put a 72 as well. So 72. Comma space. When I do stuff, I like to put slashies through it. Ooh, that's a really thick slashie. I don't think I need to make it that thick. That's okay. Next biggest number is 75. And with so few numbers, you might not need a slashie. 75. 76 twice. And then 77. 78. 79, and our big winner is 81. And double check to make sure you have 8 numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So when I only have 8, maybe you don't have to cross stuff out. When you have a larger set of numbers, you're probably going to want to cross them out. Okay, so on your paper, put the 8 numbers in order. Okay. Oh, poo, something. All right. After you do that, we're going to cut them in half. So I'm going to use my drawing tool and slicey. So I got 4 to the left and 4 to the right. So let's just find each stuff. So the median is going to be a what? Calculate it. You don't need to. Do you need to physically do any calculations? Especially when they're only 1 apart. Okay? So, help me out here. Tay. They're only 1 apart. Pretty easy to find the middle number. Why? Not sure? Okay. So here are my 2 middle numbers. 76 and 77. Ocean. 76. Oscar, you think it's 76? Yeah? Josue, 76? Anybody think it's not 76? Wow, you're all wrong. What is it? See, you all didn't think that. If I got an even number of numbers, it's halfway between the 76 and 77. So, let's see. On your graphic organizer, where it's got like the 2 little boxes, put the 76 and 77, or you can just write 76.5. You put whatever works for you on here. Okay? So, I know my median. Look with me, my fancy cursive writing. Equals 76.5. So now I look at my bottom half. Again, I got 2 numbers in the middle. So my quartile 1 is halfway between 75 and 76. So that's 75.5. I look at my top half. My quartile 3 is halfway between 78 and 79. So that's 79 or 78.5. Okay. And then the interquartile range is the difference between Q1 and Q3. So I'm going to use my equation editor right here. I'm going to type capital Q1, which is capital Q3, minus, oh, that's fancy, capital Q3, 1, and then do the actual arithmetic. So I got 78.5 minus 75.5. If you're desperate to do that without, using your brain, you can let Desmos do it for you. Copy and paste into Desmos. I'm going to make a new folder. I'm going to call this lesson. And I'm going to put that in there. So the difference between Q1 and Q3 is the interquartile range. So that's just 3, which should make sense, especially for our resting heart rate. Think about it. If you're just sitting there not doing anything, everybody in here is roughly going to have the same heart rate, okay? Except for me. Mine's really low. Okay, if you're an athlete, yours is going to be a lot lower. But on average, probably 72 to 80-ish. Okay, athletes have a much lower resting heart rate, somewhere between 40 and 60. Okay. So how many values are less than 75.5? So answer number 2. How many are between Q1 and the median? How many between median and Q3? And how many are bigger than Q3? Okay? Just count. Can't be bigger than 8, right? It should be a lot smaller. So answer number 2. Do this together. All right. How many values in the data set are less than Q1? So I'm going to get color coded here. I'm going to go red. So Which numbers are less than 75.5? This is not a trick question. Go ahead, Alika. So 75 and 72, so I got 2. So those 2. So my answer there is 2. So between Q1, so between 75.5 and the median, which is 76.5. So how many numbers are between 75.5 and 76.5? Rosie. So let's not go green, let's go black. 75.5 to 76.5. What do you see? You see him?
1.
But that same number shows up how many times? Twice. So the answer there is 2. There are 2 numbers between 75.5 and 76.5. The 2 numbers just happen to be the same, 76. Okay. So when it says how many values, they're actually saying each number in the data set. So between Q3 and the median, let's go. I really don't want to do yellow. Let's go to my palette. Let's pick something. We'll just go back to blue. Blue, 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 blue. So between the median and Q3, so my median is at 76.5 and my Q3 is at 78.5. Jaden, how many are between 76.5 and 78.5? Or I'm sorry. Yes. 2. I got 77, 78. Do you see a trend here?
Yeah.
Go.
They're the same number.
Why? What are the numbers that are greater than Q3?
2.
What are they?
79.
79 and 80. Okay. Boom. Done. All right. A pod of dolphins contains 800 dolphins. That's a lot of dolphins of various ages and lengths. Oh, I just saw something so cool. They're making a fake dolphin for water parks. They look just like the real thing. So that way they're not abusing dolphins in water parks. Can't tell the difference. They look so cool. Anyway, all right, so 800 dolphins of various ages and lengths. The median is 5.8 feet. What information does this tell you about the length of dolphins in this pod? So take just a minute. Okay. So the median is 5.8 feet. Just give me a sentence. What does that tell you about the length of the dolphins in this pod? You don't have to take too long. I'm going to make a rectangle. I'm going to put a line. And I'm going to put another line over here. Okay? So it could look like this. This is not definitely the way. So my bottom could start at 10 and go all the way up to what? If the interquartile range is 40, what's 40 plus 10? 50, which means, guess what? I don't have a tail end up here, which is reasonable. Okay? Should there be a big variability between 5th graders and 10th graders? Yeah, so that's all. Okay? So this information tells you there's a huge variability. Okay? And it doesn't necessarily have to look like this. It could start at 0 and go up to 40. So maybe those 5th grade, 10th graders aren't as smart as we think they are. So maybe the best grade they got was a 40 out of 50. So this is just one possibility. All right. Mad. Mad is not mad. So that doesn't mean I'm angry with you or math is angry with you. We're going to talk about what MAD. So MAD is an acronym. We'll talk about what that means in a minute. So after you write that in there, scroll down to Heartbeats Part 2. We're going to use a little graphic organizer built into Chemi. You got it? Close. Yes. No. Thumb. Middle. Up. Down. Okay. So we're going to calculate the mean absolute deviation. Ooh, this is much easier than you think it is, okay? You may find it helpful to organize your right by completing the table below. All right. So they talk about absolute value. Let's talk about that first. I live 4 miles from here. Is that a positive 4 miles or a negative 4 miles? Nobody uses the phrase negative 4 miles. Okay. So absolute value means distance. Okay. Distance from 0 on the number line and never is negative. It can be 0. It's weird if you say it that way. Okay. But mathematicians are very precise with the language. So in other words, I am standing right here. How far am I standing from right here? I'm standing 0 feet or 0 centimeters or 0 miles. Okay, it's still a distance. It's just we usually don't say 0 miles, but it's non-negative because 0 is non-negative. Okay. What symbols do we use to represent absolute value? Remember? Give you a hint. They're up there. Look in the box. See the table? See the table? See the table? Right here. Okay, 2 vertical lines. If you click on the equation tool, so click on the equation tool right here. I'm going to show you something a little fancy. So, top 2 rows. Do you know what the top 2 rows are? Did we talk about these before?
No.
Okay, they're letters, just not letters in the English alphabet. Anybody know what alphabet those are? That is?
No.
Troy, not the person. The city was invaded by who? An island off of Italy. Great, these are Greek symbols, okay? So then we've got our regular symbols down here. And if you look down here in this 5th row, that is the absolute value symbol, okay? So here's what you're going to do. Going to get a little fancy. Ready? Watch. Everything's in the finger. Activate your text box. Go to the end of that first one. Put a couple spaces in. You can include symbols in the text box. Just watch. If you look at the top, oh look, there's a whole palette up here. The one we want is the one that says F sub x, the little fx right here. Boop. It just changed it into a math editor. And then click on the little pi symbol. And look at that. There's the absolute value. I can't see what I just did, but if I click move away, it's right there. Okay? So absolute value. Don't necessarily have to have the x in it. All right. So, did we find the mean of these numbers? Did we do that for the heartbeats yet? No, we did not. Okay. So, let's go back here. Let's take the numbers. Okay. Put them into Desmos and divide by how many? How many students are there? 2? 2 students? 5? 10? Say how many? 8. So go to Desmos. Hit, stay in the same folder. Hit enter. Division sign is right next to the shift key. Okay. Put 8 in the bottom. Somebody help me out. Read off the numbers. I don't even care if they're in order. 72 plus 75. Keep going. 81 plus 7. Oopsie. 76. 2 76s. 77. 78 and 79. Let's just double check. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Did I do that right?
Yeah.
Okay, so 76.75. Doesn't look right. Don't look right. Should I type them all in there right? 72, 75, 81, 77, 78, 79. Because I did this before and I'm off. So let me see if I can do it wrong. So 72, 75, let me put the 76s in there. 76, 77, 78, 79, plus 81. Dagnabbit. Okay, so 76.75. All right. So, no timeline. We got till 9, 15, 9, 20, 9, 20, right? So I put in my mean. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So in this first column, make a text box. And we're putting in 76.75. Hit enter. So get down to the next one. 76.75. Same every single way down. Everyone. Enter. 76.75. Enter. 76.75. Just stay in that row. 76.75. Enter. 76 point, not 765, cheeseburger. 75. Enter. 76.75. Enter. 76.75. Okay, deviation, that means how far it changes. So we take this data value and subtract it from that. Let's see if we can do this in our heads, not use Desmos for everything. If I have $76.75 and I subtract $72, I'm going to tab over a couple times. Okay, so 76 minus 72 is 4, so 475. 475. Still not happy with this. 4.75. Okay, next one. Eek. Don't hit enter. Down, then go to the right. Tab. 76 minus 75 is 1.75. That's down arrow. 1, 2, 3, 4. 76.75 minus 81. Okay. So we can get negatives? Yeah. Okay. This one we'll do in Desmos. So 76.75 minus 81. So come back here, hit enter. 76.75 minus 81. So negative 76.75. Oh my gosh. 5. Negative 4.25. So negative 4.25. The rest of these going to be negative? Yeah, because the mean is smaller than this one, okay? So these next two aren't too bad. That's just negative 0.75 twice, because it's the same answer. You want to put the 0 in there, you can. I'm not going to be too picky about that. How far is $76.75 from $77? One measly little quarter. So this is just negative 0.25. I'll do that one over here. 76.75 minus 79. I don't have to make a new line, so negative 2.25. Negative 2.25. And the last one, 76.75 minus 78. Negative 1.25. Okay. All right. A minute to get caught up. Here's the easy part. Ready? All I'm doing is finding out how far are these numbers from 0. So how far are all the positives from 0? So how far is 4.75 from 0? 4.75. How about 1.75? 1.75. How about negative 4.25? Okay, so just anything that's positive stays the same. Anything that's negative, just change it into positive. So tab, 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 tab. 4.75. 4.75. Down arrow, tab, 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 tab. 1.75. Tab, tab. Tab, 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 tab. 4.25. So this is the easy part here. Okay. Tab, 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 tab. 0.75. There's no negatives. No negatives. No negatives. No negatives. Tab, 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 tab. 0.75. Down, down. Tab, 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 tab. 0.25. Tap, 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 tap. 2.25. And the last one. I got paper bags if we hyperventilate. It's all good. 1.25. Okay. All right. So look how awesome I am because he didn't put this in the lesson. It says, how do you find the mean absolute deviation? Add up all the numbers in this last column and divide by the number of data values. How many people do we take heartbeats of? 5? No. 8. So add up all these numbers and divide by 8. Okay. So go back to Desmos. Are we doing time-wise? We're doing awesome. Okay. Make the fraction bar just like before. Put 8 in the bottom. On the top, I had 4.25 or 4.75. 75, 1.75. Stay in the top. Plus 1.75. Get rid of that little apostrophe. Plus 4.25. 4.25 plus, okay, you do the rest. You got it. Okay. Go to Desmos and find mean average distribution. Not doing a whole lot today. Really. Fraction bar. Put 8 in the bottom. All the other numbers I cut. Calculate for you. Nope. Big fraction bar over here that I don't know. Okay. Gotta charge your Chromebook every night. Every single night. Hello. Desmos.
You gotta hold them to the side.
Make a fraction bar, put 8 in the bottom. Come in. Ooh. Creative. Make that black back. You do that on purpose?
Oh, it's just
Oh, okay.
just like a
Yeah. Oh.
I would do the little fetching.
So we'll put that over. Okay. Fraction bar.
right, perfect.
8 on the bottom.
I got you.
Probably gonna have to round. And since everything's to 2 decimal places, let's round it to 2 decimal places. Okay? 4.25. What else do we got? A couple of 0.75s and a 0.25. 0.75 plus 0.75 plus 0.25. Am I still running here?